Tottenham Hotspur turning a corner under Ange Postecoglou? I, for one, as many of you will know, have been a massive advocate for Ange Postecoglou, his approach to the game and his life at Tottenham so far. But many pundits, fans and rivals have questioned some of his tactics, style of play and game management. But against Manchester United, this all went out the window. He proved a lot of people wrong. He went away to a top 10 side who may be terrible on and off the pitch, but he showed he could play his style of football and proved a lot of people wrong. So today, with the help of some nifty stats, I'm going to be arguing that Ange Postecoglou yet again has proved football fans wrong. And if you are new to the Sonny Talk Spurs YouTube channel, why don't you hit a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell as well, and also leave your comments down below. What do you make of Ange Postecoglou? What did you make of the result against Manchester United? And are you confident he could get success at Spurs this season? So yeah, as I mentioned just then, I have always been a lover of Ange Postecoglou. I've even got a t-shirt with his face on. I'm not wearing it today, sadly. I'm wearing this hideous Spurs shirt, as many of you have suggested in the comments down below. But I wanted to do this video because after the game against Manchester United, there was a lot of good talk about Spurs. It's the first time, and I know this always happens with Manchester United, it's the way the media works, and Manchester United are a massive club. They will always have the negative headlines first. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. But amidst all this, there was a lot of positive headlines and spin about Tottenham because, I'll be honest, and I've argued this many a time, even before this YouTube channel, I feel like it was since the Pochettino days where I saw two good 45-minute spells from a Spurs side. A whole 90 minutes of pure, ecstatic, scintillating football. But last night, or the night before, as I'm recording this, against Manchester United, I think that's the best game of Ange Postecoglou's tenure. For a whole 90 minutes, we destroyed Manchester United. You've even got to just look at the stats, because many will say before the red card that, you know, that sort of changed the game. But as I say, before the red card, we were dominating the game. Match of the Day had these stats on screen, and it just goes to show we were in the ascendancy, and the scoreline pretty much did flatter United. We had 5 XG to their 0 point, absolutely nothing. But anyway, moving on. A lot of people have obviously expressed over recent days about Tottenham and how good they were against Manchester United, including old Manchester United fullback Gary Neville.
So time for Tottenham. For Tottenham, a really, really good day. I mean, weren't they good? Aren't they a good watch?
Brilliant. I love watching them. I've loved Ange Postecoglou since he come to England. Obviously, he's had a little bit of a rough patch the end of last season and the start of this one. It's not been as good as he would like. But do you know something? I said it just very last comments of the game was that he's a massive asset to the Premier League. The style of football, his personality, the way in which they play. He hasn't had the backing of some of the other managers at the top clubs in Europe. He's been back, but not to the level of the other top clubs. And I have to say that they always are a good watch. And that's something to be proud of, I have to be honest with you. And today, not just a good watch, but they've won this game, they've dominated this game, and they absolutely deserved it. And there are many times over this last 10, 12 years where I've, you know, been punchy towards Spurs when I don't feel as though they've been, if you like, as strong enough or as good enough. And at the end of this game today, if United had won 3-0, we'd have been very dismissive of Tottenham and Ange Postecoglou, and he'd have had some difficult questions, and they would have been poking him in that press conference right now. However, it was a brilliant day for them. I thought the first goal was spectacular. I thought that run from Van der Ven was, I mean, not many things in a football match surprise you because you've seen most of it before, but I don't think I've ever seen a run like that from a centre-back from 60 yards away, driving through the whole pitch. It's almost like Ryan Giggs at one point at sort of that goal that he scored in the 99 semi-final. Obviously, he went a bit further and then crossed it, but even the cross at the end was absolutely brilliant. And I actually said brilliant as he actually went past. I think it was, I don't know if he went past in the end. It was a brilliant, brilliant run. The way in which he strides forward is absolutely brilliant. And they've got the bones of a good team, Spurs, but they're just a little bit light just because they haven't got the squad and the sort of depth of everybody else. And yet, they play today. You know, something that's interesting. I got this sheet. You get this sheet, don't you? Yeah. And it's interesting sometimes. You just think today, I'm confident about Manchester United. I think I said it to you, actually. in the truck. I looked at the Tottenham team from last week, and I looked at the Manchester United team that played at Palace, and I thought, Tottenham's team is better. I just said it before the game. And you sometimes, it's a simple thing. Do you know what I mean? When you just think about, today Man United I think are going to win, and I think that, I'm a United fan. But I looked at the teams that played last week in the respective Premier League fixtures and thought, Tottenham's team, I actually would prefer that than the United one that played at Palace. And that's a worry. £650 million in. You know, Ange Postecoglou's had nothing like that to spend, but they've got a good team. And that's without their best player today.
But now for the all meaningful stats. And there's some really, really good, interesting points about Tottenham and their attack, as well as their defence. This is the thing, Tottenham get questioned a lot at the moment. You know, everyone thinks Tottenham, Ange Ball, it's all about attacking and conceding a lot of goals. But surprisingly, Tottenham have the second best defence in the Premier League this season. Let's look at the stats right now. So yeah, Tottenham have the second best defensive record in the entire league. All this while generating the most XG in the entire league. They don't need to play 10 behind the ball to do it. Not bad for someone who can't coach a defence. Tottenham's attacking numbers in the Premier League this season. Most XG, most touches in the opposition box, most shots on target, second most shots, and third most goals. Ange Ball. And it goes to show that Ange is no mug. You know, he went away to Old Trafford and played his style of football. We press United absolutely incredibly. We did it against Brentford. We did it against Everton. We've had a lot of good chances. We just needed the team to link up. James Maddison in particular and Dejan Kulusevski are on fire, but I'll get more onto Kulusevski soon. Dominic Solanke is the missing part in that forward line. The press was absolutely sublime. The way they were just moving and just sort of really putting United under pressure. I thought Bentancur looked fantastic. I thought the defence looked better. Vicario looked stronger. And I know a lot of people say it's Manchester United, but these are the games that can ignite a season. And I really think this about Spurs. And, you know, including two players in particular from this game. One unsung hero and one player who probably should have been the man of the match. But I'm going to start with Christian Romero, because there was a good stat about him that had come out of this game as well from WhoScored.com. They said Christian Romero has won possession more times than any other centre-back in the Premier League this season. And it goes to show, lots of people did question Christian Romero and some of his defensive capabilities in this season so far and stepping up. But against United, he showed how capable he can be. He was winning the ball. He was hungry. He was, you know, attacking first, you could say, from a defender. You know, breaking up the play. And his passing and distribution is fantastic. And he just works so perfectly in tandem for Tottenham Hotspur with Mickey van der Ven as well. And then there's obviously the most notable player from the game, and that is Dejan Kulusevski. And it goes to show that a lot of people would say, has Ange improved everyone or anyone for that matter? I think he has, because all you got to do is also look at Brennan Johnson, 4 goals in his last 4 games, looking like a different player since all that abuse that I was so totally against. But talking about Kulusevski now then, if you look at his stats, in the game against Manchester United, Dejan Kulusevski, 9 chances created, 3 big chances created, 1 goal. One of the best performances you will see this season. Wow, take a bow. And this one is the most interesting, I think, from Data MB. No Premier League midfielder has won more dribbles per 90, 6.25, or progressive runs per 90, 3.47, than Dejan Kulusevski this season. And then just look at that graph that he's put on there as well. It just goes to show how important Kulusevski has been in this new role. Because Ange has made a little tactical tweak, which I have mentioned. He's playing 2 more 10s in the 8 position. Last season, we saw usually a Basuma or a Bentancur in the 6, a Sarr alongside Maddison. This isn't me discrediting Sarr. I think he's an important player. We saw when he came on how important he was for the 3rd goal to wrap up the result. But what I'm saying is, when you have Maddison and Kulusevski, it's a more attacking team, which actually means that defences on the opposition don't know who to actually cover, because is Maddison going to pick up the ball? Kulusevski's going to get into uncomfortable positions and really work the ball well. He's a good dribbler. He's a good passer. So I just think it looks like such a better team. It means the wingers are more to like the flanks. It means that the fullbacks can invert more and go in that middle space. So I just think it goes to show that Kulusevski has found his best position, not on the wing, in the middle because of Ange Postecoglou. He, yet again, is proving all those haters wrong. And I just think we can sit back and go, right, I think some people judged him too soon. You know, I was talking to a friend of mine, Kieran Carlin, and he said to me, you know, you look at Manchester City, that's Pep City. Even Brentford, that's Thomas Frank's Brentford. This is now Ange Postecoglou's Tottenham Hotspur. I feel like he's been backed, worthwhile as well. He should have been backed. He got his defender, he got his striker. But he wants to stay at the club and he wants to achieve. I know he's gone through a bit of a tricky spell in the last couple of weeks. You know, losing the derby is never good. But we've stayed in games and we have been worth our while. And I just think backing him and showing that this result will be the catalyst to a very successful season. I am sure of that. But you're going to have to let me know in the comments down below. Do you think this is going to be the springboard for our season? Let me know all your thoughts about Ange Postecoglou, this new Tottenham side as well. I can't wait to reply to all your comments. And until next time, like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys pretty soon. Ciao.